One of the things I do when I present an aircraft to a client is I put together the story of that aircraft. Where was it based? Who's selling it? Why are they selling it? And where was it throughout the extent of its lifetime? This is important because you want to know, number one, the maintenance history of the aircraft. You want to know where it was maintained. Was it maintained at the OEM, or was it a local mom and pop shop, something you're not familiar with? You want to know any major repairs that were done on the aircraft and where those were done. And then, of course, if there's any damage history and if there were any 337s filed on the aircraft. The other thing that you want to look at is the ownership history. Who owned the aircraft matters. You know, sometimes or a lot of times you won't be familiar with the person themselves, but you want to make sure that the aircraft was well cared for, that this person kept the plane on programs. You know, that's one of the reasons why clients and brokers like to buy corporate planes, is because you know that no expenses were spared in the maintenance and care of that aircraft, which matters. Number three, you want to look at the environment. You know, where was it based? You know, there's not a lot of places in the world that are off limits under any circumstances, but there are certainly some countries and geographic regions that we like to stay away from, both from a maintenance standpoint and from an actual environment and weather standpoint. You know, if it has really humid, salty air, that just does a lot of damage to the aircraft in terms of corrosion, and just requires a lot more care. And you don't want your client to inherit any ongoing problems that's going to cause them a lot of expense and stress and downtime. And then finally, another piece that we look at is how many times the plane changed hands. Obviously, if it's a super old plane, you know, a 1995 plane, it's going to have changed hands a few times, most likely. But you want kind of a red flag is a plane that's changed hands every 2 years. And the reason for that is you just want to make sure that there was continuity in the care for the plane. You want to ensure that there isn't a reason why the plane was sold and bought so many times. And so that's just another piece of the puzzle where, you know, we love to read, oh, only one owner since new, or only two owners since new. That just implies that there was a lot of care for that aircraft and they got to know that aircraft really well and kind of knew the routines and how to maintain it. So that's, one more piece of the puzzle that we like to look at when putting together the story for the plane. And those are the reasons why history matters. Your broker should make sure to know when they present a plane to you, where it's been and who's owned it.